Hello, farm and garden friends. Back in October, I preserved the last of our peppers, and I want to share a video of that with you today. But when I thought about what I want others to gain from this video, it wasn't any fancy food prep tricks or how-to information. I just want to work with you to build a shared community about growing and preserving our own food. I hope you enjoy hanging out with me today while I do my kitchen chores. Hopefully I can sit on your kitchen counter via your phone or laptop while you work on your chores too. I started all of these peppers by seed in February of 2023, and now, 8 months later, I am preserving the fruits of our labor. Hey friends, today I am here in my kitchen and I am preserving all of the peppers we had left from our final harvest of our pepper season. So I've got Marconis, bell peppers, jalapenos, and shishitos left that I'm going to be processing in a variety of different ways. One of the ways that we really like to use peppers throughout the year is for fajitas on taco night, but then also for stir fries. So I kind of use them in, well, how can I forget, salsas as well. So there's different ways I like to prepare them and preserve them for depending on what recipe I want to use them in. So I'm going to be doing a few different styles today. I've got them all washed and they're drying, and I'm going to get chopping and preparing these. If we haven't met yet, I'm Allison. We live in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State and grew all these peppers this summer. This is the best pepper year we've ever had. Last year was good as well, but now that we have a lot more land and the high tunnel, we have really kicked our pepper production into gear, which is really exciting. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoy seeing how I'm going to use all these peppers. The first way I'm going to prepare these peppers today is I'm going to be dicing them. The ones that I have diced I can use in lots of things, but mainly I'm going to be saving them for using in salsas. I still have a lot more tomatoes that are in the freezer that I'm going to be turning into salsa, so these peppers will go great with that. And then I also need to make my zucchini salsa for the year, and I need peppers for that as well. So diced is going to be the preferred shape for that, and I have got something exciting to show you. So let's just get started. To get these diced peppers ready, the very first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through all the peppers. I'm gonna cut off their tops and seed them, and then probably half or quarter them. So this process is gonna take me a good bit of time. I'm gonna put on my audiobook and just have some nice time here getting these ready to dice. I just wanna give a quick plug here. If you like audiobooks, your city or county public library likely has free audiobooks for you to download and borrow for a certain amount of time if you have an online account and the proper app. You should check it out because they're free. This is my second season having this food processor that can dice. It is so much fun and I love using it. So this just attaches to my KitchenAid, and it's got a double blade system in there that will do the dicing, and let's give it a spin. Amazing. I love it so much. So this probably made about 6 cups of diced peppers, and it's a really small dice. These would be great for a lot of different things. One con of using this for dicing the peppers is that it does a little more squishing, and so there's a lot of liquid that gets squished out, and the peppers themselves get a little bit drippy, but that's okay. What I do before I freeze these is I lay them on a paper towel and let the paper towels absorb some of that extra moisture, which just helps prepare them for freezing even better. Ta-da! I have thought about dehydrating these, and you certainly could freeze dry them, but I don't have a freeze dryer. I could dehydrate them, but I only have so few of these red ones, and I really want them for my zucchini salsa recipe, so freezing them is gonna work just fine because I'm gonna use them all. Next up, I'm going to be slicing these green Marconi peppers. So what I'm hoping to do is that I don't have to cut them in half and that I can just put them through the hopper, whatever, by squeezing them through and pushing them down. And so I want to use these for fajitas, and so hopefully these will turn into some nice little rings that will be great for sauteing or broiling. This is the attachment that did the dicing. So this is the about quarter inch grid that shapes it, and then this slicer goes on top and around and cuts them off into each little cube. So we took that one out. Next up, I'm using this slicer. It's an adjustable slicer, so I'm gonna try to cut these pretty thick and we'll see how it turns out. I wanted to make a nice big pile of peppers for you guys to see, but they're flying everywhere. So I'm gonna start using my KitchenAid bowl underneath, and that's gonna help reduce a lot of this mess, but I just really wanted it to look pretty for you. We have filled up the mixing bowl, so I'm gonna lay these out on instead of paper towel covered, a towel actually works better because then you can pick up and lift and shake them off while they're frozen if you want to freeze them flat like this. So that would have been better to do with the diced ones, but oh well. Wow, that is a ton of peppers. Let's take a look at how good the slicing function worked. These rings turned out really nice. They are a good thickness, which is important because when I thaw them, they will definitely cook down, so the thicker the better. Some of the peppers did not go down flat, and so they didn't get sliced as well, but most of them are sliced very nicely. This looks amazing. So I should probably separate these into a second baking sheet because freezing this in that chunk, that's just too much. So this is a lot of pepper. We're gonna have to figure out that part later because I still have more slicing to do. I didn't weigh out any of my peppers. However, that would have been really satisfying to know, but I only got so much time, and these peppers were long been needing to be processed. So I'm gonna do my measurements of my amounts by the number of towels I had full of peppers drying. So I just processed 2 towels full of Marconi's. Actually, these are mostly all Marconi's. These are ripe Marconi's, and then these are green Marconi's. So 2 towels full got me 2 trays of sliced peppers, 1 small tray. The chickens are going crazy. What are they looking at? What are they doing? Oh, they're all getting out, those stinkers. There was just like probably a good 10 to 15 chickens that flew up and over the chicken wire or the chicken electric fence and are running towards something. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but I don't have time for them either. So let's see, I had 6 total towels full of peppers. I've done 2 and I have a lot more to go. I think the rest of it I'm mostly going to be dicing. I would prefer a larger dice, but I don't really have an attachment on my KitchenAid that gets more of a chunky dice. So I could slice and then dice these by hand, but that's too much work. So I'm going to get going. Here's what I've got left to do. There's a towel full of jalapenos. This is the blot pepper mostly, and then these are a mix of Ituda and Jupiter and King of the North green bell peppers. Actually, the Ituda ripens to orange, and I'm gonna get them diced. Yowzers, this is a lot of pepper. Oh boy, you can see how much moisture there is. It's currently dripping out of the machine under here. So that is why I use the paper towels, or pardon, any sort of towel. I'm sure you're tired of watching me dice all of my peppers by now. If you're still here, thanks for hanging out with me. These are all of my jalapenos that I'm working up, and we're going to be freezing these in single serving portions so that I can add them to whatever dish needs a little kick. It is now the evening and I'm finally getting this all finished up. So this is all of the jalapenos. We just diced them all up and I'm gonna portion them out into small servings and freeze these. And then I'm gonna show you all of our processed and preserved peppers. I ended up getting 8 portions of diced peppers. So this one is 6 cups. The rest of these are 4 cups per bag. And these will go pretty much probably all into salsa recipes. Then I've got a little extra here that I can use for whatever else. And then up next, we've got the peppers that are gonna stay in the fridge. Here I've got 13 fajita packs prepped. So these will be good for, this is going to be a good amount because the kids don't eat the fajita veggies when I make them for taco night. It's just me and Bill that eats them. So this will be a good amount for us to have some leftovers in addition to our meal for the week or for the night. Then here I've got the jalapenos all diced up. These ones I've got in muffin trays, and then I would have put these in muffin trays as well, but I ran out. So I'm going to put this whole sheet in the freezer like this, and then once it's frozen, I can pick this up and kind of crumble them and put them loosely into a freezer bag. So instead of doing it like this, which these are harder to just break off smaller chunks if I didn't want to thaw the whole bag. Whereas if I do it this way, it's easier to get out just a small amount while the peppers are still frozen. And since these are jalapenos, I'm not going to be using as much volume in a recipe every time I use it. This turned out to be a ton more work than I anticipated, even using my awesome food processor that dices, but it was well worth all of the energy because not only did I process and preserve my food, a lot of it is ready to go for meals. I just need to take it out and it's already prepped and ready to be cooked. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I look forward to showing you how I'm going to put these in salsa and other dishes in the future. I hope you have a wonderful day.